Okay, Rashim, so when we look at training strategy, one of the things sometimes that often comes up is crowdsourcing. But I know there's still some gray areas on how to do that well and where to even begin. So I would like to kind of talk to crowdsourcing as it relates to training strategy, and if you can give some insight on that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so crowdsourcing, think of it as going outside of your training team and basically sourcing the people from outside your training team to be able to create training for them. Okay? And then when you talk about going outside, it can be internal to your organization or it can be external as well. Now, the first step that I always recommend is go internal first. And the reason why I say that is because if your organization is making money off training, then there is a lot of legal compliance and other issues that are involved.
Something people don't often think about.
Yes, and they don't know about it and they don't think about it as they start putting the strategy in place. Yes, there are 20 partners who will come and say, hey, we want to contribute to this. We have great content on it. We're going to provide you. But what is the legal implication behind it? Like, right? And then also it's not just about pushing out the content. There's a regular update that's required to the content. Whose responsibility will it be? You know, because otherwise in this fast-paced, innovative world, your content would be obsolete in 6 months or 1 year, specifically if it's training on a product or a service, and then who's going to update that for you?
So starting internally will help you manage it a little bit better.
Absolutely, you create the boundaries around it. There's a whole crowdsourcing program that you can create, which has everything in terms of, you know, first you have to identify what is in it for people. Why should people even bother about contributing into your crowdsourcing project, right? And then, because this is going to be above and beyond their job. So what is in it for them? Are you providing them any kind of recognition? Is there another goal that gets added to their performance review, for example? Or is there a digital badge that you're giving them? Something to motivate people to actually be a part of this. The second piece is the boundaries around it. What are the SLAs? Somebody commits to it and doesn't ever get back to you, right? And how are you, and you have already publicized your training out there. So what do you do about that? So there's a program that you need to put together. You have to consider these factors, SLAs around it, especially around technical training. If labs break, who's going to fix those labs? What if this person is missing? Not there. What I typically advise is when you crowdsource for each topic, ask for a team rather than a person. Because then they can tag team. If one is busy with other commitments, you can actually work with others. And we have tried this model in a couple of companies that I've worked with, and it has worked great because as a training organization manager, it's really hard for me to hire people for every little skill set that we need training on. And it's a great way to scale without actually investing in your team.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for talking crowdsourcing and training strategy.
Thank you.